Hello everyone. Israel is the only country targeted for extinction. Jews are the only people who have been discriminated against and persecuted all throughout history. Jews cannot win. They have been discriminated against for being poor, for being rich, for wanting to integrate, for standing out, for wanting to be a part. They have been discriminated and persecuted for not having a country because they didn't have a country, and now they are persecuted and discriminated against because they have a country. Hezbollah, Iran, the Houthis are all considered terror organizations except for Hamas. Why do we make an exception for Hamas? We know that these are organizations which we cannot negotiate with. And although we know that we make an exception for Hamas and we have to negotiate a hostage deal, when we know that they don't want to release the hostages, they want to keep those hostages as bargaining chips. Hamas is not an exception to those fundamentalist movements. It will not settle, it will not negotiate, it will not settle for peace, and it will not settle for land swaps or territories. This is not a territorial issue. I have said it already. Why do I know that? How do I know that? Because in 1967, when there was no West Bank and there were no settlements in the West Bank, there was a war, the 6-Day War. And there was no peace. Why do I know that? Because in 1929, before the establishment of the state, no country, no Israeli country, no Jewish country, a pogrom was carried out, perpetrated by Arabs against the Jews of Hebron. Was there a state of Israel? No. It was before the establishment of the state. It's always the same ideology that seeks destruction, conquest, and taking over lands and peoples. It's happening today in Europe, where migrants, Muslim from Muslim countries, vandalize, steal, loot and murder. This is happening in Europe today. This ideology has to be eradicated. It has to be defeated. Israel will win because it doesn't have a choice. Have a good evening. Bye bye.